So let's talk about Social Security. One of the biggest questions we keep getting here on the channel lately is, what's going on with Social Security recipients? Are beneficiaries going to see a boost in their payments anytime soon? Will benefits go up? Is any new legislation coming that could actually help those who rely on Social Security? Well, with more than 70 million people collecting Social Security every single month, this is a major concern, and some possible changes are on the horizon. We're going to break it all down in today's video. Here's what we'll cover. First, the upcoming cost of living adjustment, COLA, for 2026. Second, why more people are claiming benefits earlier than ever before. And third, how and why digital Social Security cards are rolling out this summer. We'll unpack what's happening and how it might affect you directly. But before we get into it, I have one quick favor to ask. It only takes 2 seconds. If you find these daily updates helpful, go ahead and hit that like button. It really supports the channel. Now let's dive in. Right now in the US, we're facing a cost of living crisis. Everything from food to daily essentials, utility bills, rent, even mortgages, is getting harder to afford. Prices are climbing, and for many it's becoming nearly impossible to keep up. That's why there's growing pressure to increase benefits for Social Security recipients. Several pieces of legislation have been floating around Congress, but so far none have really gained traction. We've heard about the Social Security Fairness Act and other proposed reforms, but nothing concrete has happened yet. It's a complicated time. On one side, the Trump administration is focused on cutting government spending. On the other, some lawmakers are pushing to increase benefits for everyday Americans. Right now, we're stuck trying to find that delicate balance between too much and not enough. Here's what we do know. According to recent inflation data, Social Security benefits might rise by 2.5% next year. The Social Security Administration will officially announce the COLA in October, letting roughly 67 million recipients know how much their benefits will increase in 2026. In May, the Consumer Price Index, CPI, rose 4% over the same time last year, slightly below the 2.5% economists expected. COLA is based on a specific version of the CPI called the CPI-W, which tracks urban wage earners and clerical workers. That rose by 2.2% over the past 12 months. Now, there's been ongoing discussion about switching from CPI-W to CPI-E, which is tailored more specifically for older adults. Experts say if we made that change, the COLA could be significantly higher, better reflecting seniors' real expenses. But for now, it doesn't look like that switch is happening. Why? Some lawmakers argue it would put more pressure on the Social Security system and speed up its projected insolvency by 2033 or 2034. There's also political hesitation. Voting on major Social Security reform could be a risky move for lawmakers. Some even call it political suicide. So, while switching to CPI-E may benefit seniors, the likelihood of it happening soon remains low. Let's shift to something else that's been making headlines. More people are applying for Social Security benefits earlier than expected. Here's what NPR recently reported. Social Security retirement claims usually follow a seasonal pattern and rise gradually as the population ages. But this spring, something unusual happened. Between January and May, the number of people filing retirement claims jumped nearly 18% compared to the same time last year. That's a huge spike, and it's concerning. Financial experts often recommend waiting to claim benefits, because the longer you wait, the more your monthly check grows. Claiming too early can cost you in the long run. NPR raised a good question. Are these just people who plan to retire in 6 months and sped things up a bit? Or are more folks completely rethinking their retirement plans and claiming years earlier than they intended? Here's a quick reminder on how it works. Social Security is funded through payroll taxes. You and your employer pay into it during your working years. When you retire, your benefit amount depends on how much you or your spouse contributed and at what age you start claiming. The earliest you can claim is 62. Full retirement age is 67. And once you turn 70, your benefits stop growing, so that's the latest you should wait. So why are more people claiming now? It all comes down to this. Life is getting too expensive. Some can't afford groceries, medications, rent, or even basic utilities. Selling large assets isn't an option if you don't have any. Working more hours isn't feasible for everyone. So, claiming Social Security, even if it means smaller monthly checks, becomes the only way to get a little financial relief. An extra $1,000 a month might not seem like much, But for many, it's a game changer. Yes, they might lose out over the long run, but people are focused on surviving today, not worrying about 5 or 10 years down the line. According to experts, this trend will likely continue. Expect even more people to start claiming benefits in the coming months. Now here's one more big update I wanted to share. Digital Social Security cards are coming this summer. The Social Security Administration just announced that starting soon, anyone with a My Social Security account will be able to access their Social Security number online. This move aims to make access easier, reduce the need for physical card replacements, and enhance data security. Let's break that down. Replacing paper cards costs time and money, especially when they get lost frequently. A digital system reduces those headaches. Most importantly, it protects your information. A lost card in the mail can easily fall into the wrong hands. By moving everything online, you're reducing that risk dramatically. The SSA believes this will make things easier for everyone. Of course, if you don't have a smartphone or internet access, it might not help. But then again, if that's the case, you probably aren't watching this video. So, what do you think about all these changes to Social Security? Do you expect a major shift in the next few months? While some are calling this a historic time for Social Security, I'm not seeing any massive reforms just yet. Sure, changes might be coming, but we're still in wait-and-see mode. As always, I'll keep bringing you the latest news and updates as they come out. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing and I'll catch you in the next one.